Welcome to this training video for TrackEd Junior, and in this video we're going to have a look at an overview of each of the features just in brief for TrackEd Junior specifically. So we have here the standard profile page. We have the results in this window here for years 7 to 9. We have a latest tab option as well, and as we scroll through here you can actually see trend arrows for whether they're going up and down, behaviour, effort and homework scores. We've got a GPA calculated, how many A's, B's, C's, D's and E's each student has. We've got their recent semester results for English, Maths and Science. And down below that, this is the standard NAPLAN tab, results for year 3, 5, 7 and 9. And we're looking at the relative change and we're comparing that with the national average. So we have bands that are color-coded by the year, and we also have a more detailed view of exactly the same thing, where we're comparing a student to the school, state and national averages as well. We have a chart option where we're viewing the information over time as a chart, and we've got a tracking tab option here as well. So you can set up your own data imports and you can bring those in against the student records and display. You can choose which tracking template you're wanting to look at in this view. Further down below, we've got the PAT for PAT R and PAT M. We've got ICAS results, and we have a JCE score. Now that's based on the science, maths and English results for a total of 6 points, and then at least 2 other passes for a total of 4 points, and the goal is to get 10 points. We have a literacy and a numeracy calculation. We have a certificate generator in TrackEd Junior, and we have a more bigger notes tab here. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on a few standard setups. We can then scroll through our found set of students. We can have a look at their photos compared to their results, and we can generate reports. So here's a preview view of a single profile ready to print or email off for each of our students. Rightio, we also have a bunch of other options in the utility menu here, so we can look at the latest results list report. So that's just the latest results section from the profile, spelled out as a list and ready to email off. We've got a tracking template list where again you can choose the tracking template that you'd like to look at. And we've got a dynamic tracking template which can combine for a found set in a simple view. We can actually see, I'll go to preview mode for each student, all of the tracking template data that we've imported for that student. Okay, we've got a bunch of different options there as well. In here we can also show a specific template, so I might look at PAT R, and I might want to look at all of the imports, continue. And so I can actually see each of the imports that we've done for PAT R over time with each of the memos recorded against those as well. So I'll close that window down. And we've got NAPLAN over time, NAPLAN feeder reports, we've got a NAPLAN question summary, NAPLAN substrand summary. So this is based on the current found set of students and summarizing the item responses there. We also have a student level NAPLAN test, detailed and simple view. I won't show you those at the moment, but check out our other videos. Then we move into the blue section here, which are our quick find options, and the purple section, which has got more advanced find options. So in each case, you can just choose the options that you'd like to look at, and we'll find you those as a list. You can then sort them by any of the headings that are underlined in the list view. So I go across here, and then when you go back to the detail view, they're still in that same sort order. So this is my highest absences student for the year, Millhouse. And as I scroll through these, they're getting less absences. And if I was to generate one of these other reports, they would stay in that same sort order. As I work my way through here, we have quick find options for gender, Indigenous, roll class, class ID. The class ID actually allows multiple classes to be entered, so a teacher can select all of the classes that they teach. We have an academic coach search. We have a success student search. We have a flag list for anyone who's been ticked as flagged, and we have a category option here as well. We have a JCI list, we have a NAPLAN strand. So I'll get into these more detailed ones by using the advanced find option. So all of these also appear on the advanced find. So when we go to this page, it's showing us all of those options in one hit. So we've actually got detailed options here where we could look by NAPLAN result for, say, reading in, say, year 7. And I'd like to find students who are gaining more than the national average or gaining less, who are above the national average or below. We've got a trend, are they gaining or falling? We've got rank options here. I want to show my top 10 scoring students in reading year 7, or I want to show my top 10 improving students in reading in year 7. So there's a whole lot of power there to drill down to a very specific set of students. I might want to look at my percentiles, top 10%, bottom 10%, middle 60, and you can actually manual enter all of these as well. And we've got band options here as well. So I could say, are they at national minimum standard? Show me my upper 2 bands for year 7s. And so you can run a find for any of those options. We've done some similar things in the subject results. So we've got one here for trend. Are they gaining or falling? And I might look for falling in 2 or more subjects. So I could run a find for that. I could look for someone who's falling in English, maths or science, or any of the subject areas as in the file here. We've got a grade option here as well. Are they passing or failing or getting a specific grade? So we might look at failing rather than falling. And we could look at people who are failing in 2 subjects or in a specific subject, or again in a subject area otherwise. We've got a rank option here. We can look at our top 10, bottom 10, or top 20, and again we can fill in these ourselves manually, and that's based on the GPA. We've also got a few searches here by PAT results. So we've got a subject PAT maths or PAT reading. We can rank and we can do percentiles with those as well. So when we hit find students, it will take us to the list view and it'll show us just those students. We can then sort by anything that's underlined, say GPA or absences or the JCE scores here. And then when we return to our detailed view, we actually have the students in exactly the same sort order, ready to send off in any one of these report options. The advanced find also comes in a compare sets option, so you can use those advanced find features to compare any 2 sets of students, whether they be in the same cohort or even compare multiple years against each other. We have a certificate generator and a bunch of options to find students who might be missing. I'll just jump back to this list view as well. In here you can sort by any of these underlined headings, as I said before, and there's just a really dense amount of information that's available in these. We've also got our archived, JCIA, flagged and category options here as well. So you can select a subset of students and be able to recall those again quickly. Just quickly to go forward, we've got our import page here. We've got a dedicated video on our imports, and in the settings area here we can set up our own academic coaches, our own list of categories. We can label the flag options. We can choose our default tabs that are viewed in the profile area, and we can set our own color coding cutoffs for each of the absences and behavior levels. So look, we hope you'll get into this TrackEd Junior. We've added this training mode here as well, that when you press it, you get information buttons will pop up all over the screen, and these will actually describe the thing that they're next to. So experiment, play with all of the features, and we hope you enjoy.